Hi, I would like to apply for a loan to purchase that car. I have a steady job of 3 years as a random IT guy at some fancy tech firm.
Okay, let me run your credit for you to see if you qualify. And you're denied.
Wait, what? But I have a good, steady income for the past 3 years.
It doesn't matter. Credit doesn't discriminate, and it says you have no credit built up.
Okay, would you like to meet my friend Benjamin?
Okay.
Okay, am I approved now?
And you're denied.
Have you ever tried to apply to one of those luxurious credit cards? Or you try to purchase a nice car at the dealership, but then they run your credit, you get denied. Then you feel a little embarrassed, and on top of that, it kills your self-esteem a little. What's up guys? My name is Gary H. Wang. Today I'm gonna show you guys how to increase your credit score for free without having to go to those shady credit repair companies. All you need to do is just invest your time to watch this video and hit that subscribe and like button to help support the channel. So what exactly is a credit score? A credit score is a number between 300 and 850 that projects a person's credit worthiness. The higher your score, the better you look towards potential lenders. And if a person has a score of 670 or lower, there's a good chance they will get rejected for bigger loans. And even if they do get accepted with that score, there's a good chance the interest rate is crazy high that it's like not even affordable anymore because your monthly payment's gonna be crazy. And it's crazy because when I was in the army, I've seen these 18, 19-year-old kids straight out of boot camp buy brand new Camaros, Chargers, and Challengers, and they're about maybe 30 grand to 35 grand MSRP brand new, but they got like a 38% interest rate, not even joking, 38%, and they would end up paying like $1,500 a month just for a Camaro. The way that credit score is determined is based on these 5 things. On-time payments makes up for 35% of your credit score, and credit utilization accounts for 30% of your credit score. So the age of your credit accounts account for about 15% of your credit score. Types of credit accounts for 10% of your credit score. Hard inquiries make up for about 10% of your credit score, so you want to have the least amount of hard inquiries as possible on your account. Tip number 1, don't miss any payments or pay everything on time. Your payment history is probably one of the most important roles to building up your credit score. It makes about 35% of your credit score, so you do not want to miss any payments. And what I recommend doing is set up some automatic payments to that account every month so you are guaranteed not to miss payments. It usually takes about 3 to 6 months of consistent on-time payments for you to realize an increase in your credit score. And any loans or credit card payments that are later than 30 days will be recorded to the credit bureau, which will negatively impact your credit score. So do not let that happen. Step number 2, aim for 30% credit utilization or less. The simplest way to keep your credit utilization in check is to pay your full balance every single month. And if you can't pay the entire amount, then the rule of thumb is to pay pretty much 70% of your balance or have 30% that you owed. Okay, it's owed. So yeah, you want to make sure what you owe is less than 30% of your entire credit limit. For example, if the total of all your credit card limits for all your cards is about $10,000, then you want to keep it under a $3,000 balance. Tip number 3, limit your requests for hard inquiries. There are 2 types of inquiries when lenders look into your credit history. One is soft inquiries and the second is hard inquiries. A typical soft inquiries does not affect your credit score, and some prime examples would be like you checking on your own credit score or your employer or potential employer doing some background or credit checks on you. Unfortunately though, hard inquiries can negatively impact your credit score, especially if you have a lot of them in a short amount of time. Some examples of hard inquiries would be applying to a new credit card, applying for a mortgage, applying for an auto loan. My advice for trying to keep down hard inquiries as low as possible, even though obviously you do need to eventually buy a house one day or you do need to buy a car. So these things are necessary, but to minimize these risks or negative negative impact, I would do a lot of research before you make a decision on which credit cards to apply for, which auto loan to apply for, or which mortgage lender to apply for. Instead of applying to many different ones, do your due diligence and do a lot of research and just pick one or two. Tip number 4. Keep your credit cards open. Be aware that closing down a credit card could negatively impact your credit score. The reason behind that is because if you close down one of your credit cards, it should lower your utilization rate, it should increase your utilization rate because you have a lower total credit line now. So in my advice, I would recommend just keeping all your credit cards open and not closing anything. Even if you're not using any of them, just don't use it. Put it away. Tip number 5, ask for a higher credit limit. So depending on your lender or your credit card company, you can always ask for higher credit limits. The reason why your credit score usually goes up when you ask for higher credit limits is because it lowers your utilization rate because it increases your entire overall amount of credit that you have. Just because you do get a credit increase does not mean you have to spend it. You gotta have some mental discipline to kind of like control yourself. Let's say if you get like a $5,000, $10,000 extra credit limit, you might be thinking, oh, you know what? Like, hey, let me treat myself. That is totally up to you, but I would recommend just have a little discipline and just keep that utilization rate low. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. I really hope you guys learned something and that you guys are able to take something away to help increase your credit score, or if it's your first time, to help build your credit profile. Leave a comment down below of a topic that you guys would like for me to cover next. If you want to make some extra money on the side, I highly recommend watching this video right here where I talk about the 7 best side hustles that pay anywhere from $14 to $200 an hour.